Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Fairy Tail Chapter 299 review. We are one chapter away from the big 300, which to me, I forgot how many years this series has been going for. I'll look it up somewhere. If you guys know how long this series has been going for, let me know. I want to say 5-6 years, maybe. I'm not too sure because, well, yeah, probably 6 years. Because if we get 50 chapters every year, and we're nearing 300 chapters, and I can assume, around 6 years. But basically, the thing here is that when I was reading this chapter, I kind of noticed how there was no dialogue whatsoever in this chapter. Because I was reading it, and I'm like, wait a second. I've seen this before. Oh hell no! I remember. Well, because if you guys read Naruto, you guys know that the chapter where the big reveal of who Toby was, they decided, hey, you know what? Let's have no fucking dialogue whatsoever and have visual fuck-ups in that chapter. But this chapter is a non-important chapter since it is a side story, and I guess, and because I'm pretty sure that a lot of these mangaka are friends in real life, but the thing here is that I kind of feel that Mashima Hiro is taunting Kishimoto. I really do. I'm getting that feeling. Like Hiro is rubbing it in Kishimoto's face. Yeah, this is how you do a no-word chapter, bitch. So I mean, that's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. But this chapter, basically it was a side story. It was interesting. I did find it a little bit too convenient how, there was a weird-ass monitor right there where the games were showing. But whatever, overall, it's a side story. So, it's gonna get no rating because it's a side story. It's a side story. That's what it is. And also, one last thing. Last week's chapter, that got taken down by, YouTube. Because, well, two main reasons. A, because the thumbnail was literally a photo of an ass. And B, the title of the chapter was Tits and Ass. And clearly, one of my trolls / haters, they saw this and they're like, you know what? I can take your video down. Because this goes against the YouTube policy of whatever, no, it goes against their community guidelines, so it got taken down. Of course, I appealed it, but then they said, an ass photo, tits and ass, a black guy, yeah. So clearly, they said no. There's no way in hell. So that strike is still there. But honest to God, you guys know that. I don't really give a shit, so I just don't. But basically, this chapter, when it comes to a brief summary, it's Gildarts, and he's chilling in some weird area of the world somewhere. And by the way, I do want to say that in this show, they should explore the other countries, because there was a map of Fairy Tail that was given to me by, I think it was Firefist 40, I'm not too sure. And basically, this map of Fairy Tail, it's huge. There are so many countries as opposed to Fiora, and Mashima Hiro has never really explored other countries other than Fiora, and then Edelaz, but that's a whole entire other world. But basically, this chapter starts off, and we see Gildarts, and Gildarts is walking, and then he sees this maiden in distress. He apparently really likes the way she looks, runs over to her, is like, yeah, I'm gonna save you from these weird-looking monsters, these lizard-human type things. Winds up saving her because they run away. Winds up in some town. While she runs away, then Gildarts. Well, no. Gildarts does not chase her. But what happens is that he winds up at the same town where she lives, and then he sees that this town is kind of messed up, screwed up, and shit. And what happens here is that he knows how the people are. They're suffering, and he puts two and two together. And apparently, the creatures that he defended the lady from before were destroying the town that she came from. and thus he decides, you know what, leave it to me, I got this, thumbs up, you know, yeah, you know, like, I got this, me. So what happens is, Gildarts goes over to this cave, sees this big dude, some big, like, lizard guy, and with, like, some weird hat on, and Gildarts takes him out fairly easy. Actually winds up punching, like, a hole through, like, this hill, and then what happens, or hill/mountain, or whatever we'll call it, and what happens is that they have a party, of course, because, you know, fairy tale, you have a party. They have a party, they're celebrating, Gildarts is really happy, he brings the hat back as, like, a trophy, and then what happens is that the girl he was talking to beforehand, she, you know, she appears to be very fond of Gildarts, you know, because Gildarts, you know, yeah, you know, for the motherfucking win. So, Gildarts is about to get, you know, they're about to do the do, alright? Let me put it that way, alright? They're about to do the do. But then what happens is that there's some weird screen monitor type thing, and then they're watching the fights of Erza and Kana. Like, they see Erza take down all of those you know, those monsters that were created by the pumpkin. And then we see Olga do his thing with, like, the black cannon, and then we see Kana, she does her thing, and then she gets, like, all those points. I believe it was I think it was the day 3, yeah, it was the day 3 competition. So Gildarts watches that entire thing. I think so. He watches that entire thing go down, and then he's, like, mad happy. He's like, yeah, you know, like, that's my daughter. He's all jumping around and shit. And then what happens is that he falls down, and as he falls down, the ground itself kind of, like, splits and, like, rips open. Like, everything is completely destroyed. Just, like, sliced in halves and stuff. And they're like, what in God's good earth just happened? They kick his ass quick to, like, get the fuck out of here. You are a menace to society. You are a menace, period. Get the fuck out. Gildarts literally gets pushed out of town. And what happens is, the next panel we see him, the final panel, he's still laughing because, you know, he's really happy that he saw Kana. And then he goes like this, and then bam, and then and that there is the end of the chapter. And then right here on the bottom it says, next time there will be full color pages for the 300th chapter, and then that chapter is called Where the Dragon's Soul Rests. So that there is the end of the chapter. And the thing here is that the Dragon Soul thing, like I've said before, that maybe Dragon Slayers are in fact dragons just reborn. Maybe. I'm just saying it is a possibility, but we will see in the future. So overall, this chapter, you know, I mean, no real grading. Basically, it was fun. It was a fun chapter. It was nice, quick, smooth, easy, yada yada yada. So I'll see you guys later. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.